Satanism, exploring the Church of Satan and the Satanic Temple. Satanism, as a modern religious and philosophical movement, encompasses diverse interpretations and organizations, with the Church of Satan, COS, and the Satanic Temple, TST, being two of the most prominent. While both groups identify with the term Satanism, their principles, practices, and views on Satan differ significantly. This article explores the COS and TST, their core beliefs, the role of Satan in their philosophies, and their foundational tenets, including the COS's 9 satanic sins, 9 satanic statements, 11 satanic rules of the earth, and the TST's 7 fundamental tenets. The Church of Satan, COS, founded in 1966 by Anton Szandor LaVey in San Francisco, the Church of Satan is widely regarded as the first organized expression of modern Satanism. LaVey's publication of the Satanic Bible in 1969 formalized the COS's philosophy, which emphasizes individualism, hedonism, and atheism. The COS does not view Satan as a literal deity, but as a symbol of human nature, rebellion, and enlightenment, theology and view of Satan. The COS practices atheistic Satanism, rejecting supernatural beliefs in gods, demons, or an afterlife. Satan is a metaphorical archetype representing qualities such as pride, independence, and the pursuit of personal desires. LaVeyan Satanism celebrates the self as the highest authority, encouraging adherents to embrace their natural instincts and reject dogmatic constraints imposed by traditional religion's core principles. The COS's philosophy is outlined in several key texts, including the Satanic Bible, which contains the 9 satanic statements, the 9 satanic sins, and the 11 satanic rules of the earth. These texts provide a framework for living as a Satanist, emphasizing rationality, self-interest, and ethical egoism. 9 satanic statements. The 9 satanic statements found in the Satanic Bible encapsulate the COS's worldview. Satan represents indulgence instead of abstinence. Satan represents vital existence instead of spiritual pipe dreams. Satan represents undefiled wisdom instead of hypocritical self-deceit. Satan represents kindness to those who deserve it instead of love wasted on ingrates. Satan represents vengeance instead of turning the other cheek. Satan represents responsibility to the responsible instead of concern for psychic vampires. Satan represents man as just another animal, sometimes better, more often worse than those that walk on all fours. Satan represents all of the so-called sins, as they all lead to physical, mental, or emotional gratification. Satan has been the best friend the church has ever had, as he has kept it in business all these years. These statements prioritize personal fulfillment, skepticism, and a rejection of traditional moral frameworks that the COS views as restrictive. 9 satanic sins. The 9 satanic sins outline behaviors that the COS considers detrimental to personal growth and rational living. Stupidity, ignorance, and refusal to seek knowledge are unacceptable. Pretentiousness, empty posturing, or inflated ego without substance is frowned upon. Solipsism, assuming others share your perspectives or values without evidence. Self-deceit, lying to oneself or denying reality. Herd conformity, blindly following the masses without critical thought. Lack of perspective, failing to consider broader contexts or consequences. Forgetting past orthodoxies, ignoring lessons from outdated beliefs that resurface in new forms. Counterproductive pride, pride that hinders progress or prevents learning from mistakes. Lack of aesthetics, ignoring the importance of beauty and balance in one's environment and actions. These sins emphasize the COS's commitment to intellectual rigor, self-awareness, and individuality. 11 satanic rules of the earth. The 11 satanic rules of the earth provide practical guidelines for social interactions and personal conduct. Do not give opinions or advice unless you are asked. Do not tell your troubles to others unless you are sure they want to hear them. When in another's lair, show them respect, or else do not go there. If a guest in your lair annoys you, treat them cruelly and without mercy. Do not make sexual advances unless you are given the mating signal. Do not take that which does not belong to you unless it is a burden to the other person and they cry out to be relieved. Acknowledge the power of magic if you have employed it successfully to obtain your desires. If you deny the power of magic after having called upon it with success, you will lose all you have obtained. Do not complain about anything to which you need not subject yourself. Do not harm little children. Do not kill non-human animals unless you are attacked or for your food. When walking in open territory, bother no one. If someone bothers you, ask them to stop. If they do not stop, destroy them. These rules reflect the COS's emphasis on mutual respect, personal boundaries, and pragmatic ethics, with a nod to the ritualistic magic LaVey promoted as a psychological tool. The Satanic Temple, TST, founded in 2013 by Lucian Greaves and Malcolm Jarry, the Satanic Temple emerged as a response to what its founders saw as encroachments of religious influence in public life, particularly in the United States. Unlike the COS, TST combines atheistic Satanism with political activism, advocating for secularism, reproductive rights, and social justice. TST is known for high-profile campaigns, such as erecting statues of Baphomet to challenge Christian monuments on public grounds, theology, and view of Satan. Like the COS, TST is atheistic and does not believe in a literal Satan. Satan is viewed as a symbol of rebellion against tyranny, a champion of the underdog, and a representation of rational inquiry. TST draws inspiration from literary depictions of Satan, such as those in John Milton's Paradise Lost, emphasizing defiance and the pursuit of knowledge over blind obedience. Core principles. TST's philosophy is articulated through its 7 fundamental tenets, which guide its members' ethical and social outlook. These tenets emphasize compassion, reason, and justice, reflecting TST's activist orientation. 7 fundamental tenets. The 7 fundamental tenets of the Satanic Temple are: 1 should strive to act with compassion and empathy toward all creatures in accordance with reason. The struggle for justice is an ongoing and necessary pursuit that should prevail over laws and institutions. One's body is inviolable, subject to one's own will alone. The freedoms of others should be respected, including the freedom to offend. To willfully and unjustly encroach upon the freedoms of another is to forgo one's own. Beliefs should conform to one's best scientific understanding of the world. One should take care never to distort scientific facts to fit one's beliefs. People are fallible. If one makes a mistake, one should do one's best to rectify it and resolve any harm that might have been caused. Every tenet is a guiding principle designed to inspire nobility in action and thought. The spirit of compassion, wisdom, and justice should always prevail over the written or spoken word. These tenets underscore TST's commitment to secular humanism, bodily autonomy, and social equity, distinguishing it from the COS's more individualistic focus, comparing COS and TST. While both the COS and TST are atheistic and use Satan as a symbol, their approaches diverge significantly. Philosophy. The COS emphasizes personal empowerment, hedonism, and self-interest, rooted in LaVey's libertarian-leaning worldview. TST conversely prioritizes communal values, social justice, and activism, aligning with progressive ideals. Satan's role. For the COS, Satan represents the ultimate individualist, celebrating human instincts and desires. For TST, Satan is a revolutionary figure, symbolizing resistance to oppression and the pursuit of truth. Public engagement. The COS maintains a relatively insular presence, focusing on its members and avoiding mainstream political activism. TST actively engages in public campaigns, using provocative imagery and legal challenges to advocate for secularism and civil rights. Ethics. The COS's ethics, as seen in its sins and rules, prioritize personal responsibility and pragmatic interactions. TST's tenets emphasize empathy, justice, and scientific reasoning, reflecting a broader societal focus. Conclusion. The Church of Satan and the Satanic Temple represent 2 distinct expressions of modern Satanism, each with its own interpretation of Satan and its own ethical framework. The COS, grounded in LaVey's writings, offers a philosophy of individualism and self-gratification, articulated through the 9 satanic statements, sins, and rules of the earth. TST, by contrast, channels Satanism into activism and humanism, guided by its 7 fundamental tenets. Despite their differences, both organizations challenge conventional religious norms, using Satan as a powerful symbol to provoke thought and inspire change. Understanding these groups requires looking beyond stereotypes to appreciate their nuanced philosophies and contributions to contemporary religious discourse. By a 30-year Satanist, Scott Young, aka Sin Famous Gamer.